Have you ever seen a pothole in the road that you wanted to avoid? And even with your great desire to avoid it, you still hit that pothole dead on. Well, there are probably a couple of things at play here. One, the motorcycle is going to go where you look, so if you stare at that pothole that you want to avoid, you're much more likely to hit it. Keep your head and eyes up. Don't look down at that pothole. Keep your head and eyes up and look where you want the motorcycle to go, not at what you want the motorcycle to avoid. And second, you might need to brush up on your swerving skills. So this week we're going to head out to my favorite high school parking lot. I'm going to work on my swerving skills this week on MCrider. For this exercise, I used some training cones. I used, looks like 6 of them for this. I've got an entrance gate, and then I've got 4 cones that are set up about the width of a car, maybe a little bit wider. If you need training cones, you can go to mcrider.com/cones, and you can order a set of these off of Amazon. If you don't have cones, you can cut tennis balls in half, or you can just pick a spot on the road or the parking lot, and you can use that to avoid to swerve around. So this is just the way I set it up. The distance between that entrance gate and the cones that I'm going to be swerving around are about a parking spot and a half. You want probably that as a minimum to set up to give you enough time to make that swerve safely. The last thing you want to do is get out on a parking lot, practice and trying to improve your skills and do damage to yourself or your motorcycle. So take it slow when you're working on this. I'm probably not getting up above speeds of 15 or maybe 20 miles per hour as I'm doing this. From the other end of the parking lot, I'm going to approach that entrance gate at about 15 or 20 miles per hour. I'm going to keep the motorcycle in first gear, but you can shift into second if you want. I won't use the clutch. I won't use the brakes at all until I get completely through the swerve. Then you can apply the brakes and come to a stop if you want to. But a swerve is just 2 consecutive counter steers. So if I'm swerving to the left, I'm going to push first on that left hand grip. Motorcycle's going to lean, go to the left. My upper body, my torso stays upright. And then I'm going to straighten the motorcycle up by pressing on the right hand grip to straighten it up. Let's look at one more run through on this. First time through, I swerved to my left. This time I'll swerve to my right. You want to make sure and practice on both sides as you're working on this technique. Let's change our view up so you can see it from the rider's perspective. We'll run through it, and then we'll back it up, and we'll talk about what I'm doing. Let's back this up, and we'll go into it in more detail, and we'll talk about what I'm doing as I perform the exercise. I'm at my starting position. I'm going to approach that gate at 15 to 20 miles per hour. I'm going to keep my motorcycle in first gear. Depending on the motorcycle you're riding and the gearing of it, you may want to shift up into second, or you may find first works for you as well. So this is the part that's confusing to a lot of people. The way I'm getting the motorcycle to lean to the right is I'm pushing out with my right hand on that right hand grip. It's called counter steering. Causes the motorcycle to lean to the right, and the handlebars will eventually turn to the right. But trust me, I'm initiating that lean by pushing out on that right hand grip to get the motorcycle to lean to the right. If you still have some confusion about how counter steering works, get out on a parking lot, get up to 15, 20 miles per hour, and keep a steady speed and just push out left or right on those hand grips and watch your motorcycle lean in the direction that you're pressing on the handlebars. So just ride, push on those hand grips left and right, and watch the motorcycle lean in the direction that you're pressing on the handlebars. That's all I'm doing here is I'm initiating that lean, that initial swerve to the right by pushing fairly aggressively on that right handlebar to get the motorcycle to swerve and lean to the right. So now I've cleared the gate, and I'm going to push on that left hand grip. That's going to cause the motorcycle to lean and counter steer to the left. Once I've cleared the obstacle, then I can straighten the motorcycle up and come to a nice easy stop once everything is straightened up and back in alignment. Let's watch it one more time and from a third angle after we get through running through this again at regular speed. So here's another angle for you. Notice that I'm not using the brakes at all until I get through the swerve, and then once I have the motorcycle straightened up, I can begin using the brakes. You want to practice this going to the left and right so you can get proficient going both directions. And I recommend, especially when you're first starting out, keep your speeds at 15 or 20 miles per hour. So I hope this video was helpful and gives you the tools that you need to practice swerving on your own. Remember, you didn't learn swerving by watching this video. You only learned swerving by getting out on a parking lot and practicing on your own. I have the perfect tool for that, the MCrider Field Guide. This exercise and a whole bunch of other detailed training exercises are found in the Field Guide. Members get access to the Field Guide, the forums, a member map where you can locate other members and practice and go for a ride with other members. You can also get MCrider videos ad-free and other perks. So head over to mcrider.com/member, become a direct member of MCrider today, and get everything that MCrider has to offer. Till next week, guys, it's Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road.